Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are tackling a huge question for anyone with a business online. Do you even need a website anymore? I mean, really. For so many, a solid social media page seems to get the job done, and honestly, it feels like enough. But there's this powerful idea that completely reframes the debate. Relying only on social media is like building your entire business on rented land. You can set up shop, you can sell your stuff, but at the end of the day, you don't own the property.
So let's really break down what that means and why it's so critical.
All right, so let's get into it. To really get why this is a risk, you first have to understand why it's so darn appealing. And let's be real, the appeal is huge. I mean, think about it. You can get a digital storefront up and running for free or close to it. It takes, a few minutes to set up, and you don't need to know a single line of code. The best part? Your customers are already there, just scrolling away. Plus, you've got all these built-in tools for messaging, for reviews, even for making sales. It really does feel like the perfect, good enough solution, right? But this is where the story takes a sharp turn. What's the hidden cost of free? Well, when we look at what the experts are actually talking about, the convenience factor, it's not the main event. Check out this data. Yeah, the whole social media is good enough idea is a big part of the conversation, but look what's even bigger. The two topics experts warn about most are platform risk and the credibility and control you only get with your own website. The real story here isn't the convenience, it's the danger lurking underneath. So, what in the world is platform risk? It's the simple and honestly kind of terrifying idea that your business is totally at the mercy of things you have zero control over. And these aren't just what ifs. We're talking about a sudden algorithm change that basically makes your posts invisible overnight, or your account getting suspended by some faulty bot with absolutely no one to appeal to. Or, the whole platform goes down for a day, and poof, your business is offline too. It's all explained perfectly by this concept called resource dependence theory. Now, that's a fancy name for a super simple idea. When you rely on someone else's playground, they make the rules. Your social media landlord can change the rent, change the rules, or even evict you at any time for any reason. Okay, so that leads us to the solution that all the experts point to. Stop renting and start owning. And in the digital world, that means one thing: building your business on your own dedicated website. The difference is just night and day. First up, let's just talk about straight-up ownership. Your social media profile? It's a rental agreement, one that can be torn up without notice. A website, though, that's your digital property. You own the domain, you own the design, you own the content, you hold the deed. And that ownership gives you something absolutely priceless: control. On social media, you're always battling some mysterious algorithm, just praying it shows your stuff to your own followers. But on your website, you are the algorithm. You design the customer's entire journey, from the moment they land to the moment they buy. And maybe the most important piece of the puzzle: data. Social platforms give you some basic analytics, sure, but they keep all the really juicy customer data for themselves. With your own site, you get full access. You own your customer list. That direct relationship is literally one of the most valuable assets you can have. And that's the key takeaway here. A website isn't supposed to replace social media. Not at all. It's the central hub, the home base, that all your rented outposts on social media should be pointing back to. Now you might be thinking, okay, if social media is so huge, does that mean the web design industry is dying? And the answer is not even close. What our analysis shows is that the industry is evolving in a really fascinating way. The demand for those simple 5-page brochure websites, yeah, that's definitely shrinking. But this whole shift is a classic example of what economists call creative destruction. The old model is getting phased out, sure, but it's creating huge new opportunities. The focus is shifting away from just building a site to providing high-level digital strategy, deep integration, and, you guessed it, risk management. So let's pull all this together into a clear plan. What does this actually mean for you? Well, if you're a web designer, the way forward is to totally reframe your pitch. You're not just selling a website anymore. You're selling digital ownership. You're selling risk management. You're selling a stable foundation for your client's entire brand. It's all about becoming an ongoing digital partner, not just a one-and-done builder. And if you're a business owner, the takeaway is just as clear. Your website is your digital home base. It's non-negotiable. Use social media as your outposts, your billboards, the places you go to meet new people. But you always, always bring them back to the property you actually own. A really resilient setup is simply a great website plus one social platform you really focus on. And whatever you do, own your customer list with an email newsletter. That is your direct line of communication that no algorithm can ever touch. Which leaves us with one final and really important question you've got to ask yourself. Is your digital home built to last on a foundation you own? Or could you be evicted tomorrow?